Afternoon all. So today I'm on this bike, picture up on the screen, riding that one today, and because of messing around with the other bike, messing around with the clutch and getting that perfect and everything, after riding this a little bit yesterday I noticed that the clutch was quite stiff, so well, this morning I decided to make it non-stiff. So first thing I'd done is I had a look at the clutch cable, and it was a new clutch cable, so I didn't bother change that. That must be alright, right? So yeah, anyway, I took the side casing off, changed the worm screw out for another one, put it all back together. Clutch is still stiff, so I'm wondering what setup I had in this, whether I had the early clutch setup or the late clutch setup, whether it's 7 plates or 6 plates. Turns out I had the 7 plate clutch setup in it, so they put new springs in there. I was going to go down that way. Anyway, so I put new springs in there and put it all back together. Same thing, clutch is still stiff. So I took the clutch cover off again and completely changed the clutch basket over to a 6 plate clutch. Put it all back together with all the correct springs and all that kind of stuff. Put it all back together, put the side casing on, clutch was still stiff. Now I'm starting to pull my hair out now, so I've changed the whole clutch basket over, I've changed the worm screw over, it's got a new clutch cable on it. And I want to go round, I want to go back the other way. So I thought maybe it's the clutch push rod, maybe that's catching or something like that. So I took all the left hand side casing off again, swapped out the clutch push rod, put it all back together. Still stiff, and I actually changed the whole casing over from the one on the chop, because the clutch on the chop was lovely. So I swapped that over, put it all back together, still stiff. So the only thing left for me to sort about with is the actual clutch cable, and I presume because it was a new cable it wasn't going to make that much difference. So I dug out an old cable, I put an old clutch cable on it, and straight away the clutch is perfect. So that's where I wanted to go. So it turns out to be the clutch cable, and it's got made in Japan stamped on it, and when I took it off it felt free. I couldn't work that out at all. But anyway, I put an old clutch cable on here, and now it's fucking lovely. Unbelievable, isn't it? So I'll give it a nice clean up. Cleaned all the chrome up. Give the tank a polish. And come out for a little ride on it. Anyway, that's it's only going to be a short video, really, sort of just to explain that how I found out what was causing the clutch to be so stiff. A bit of gravel on the road here, isn't there? Lanes get thinner and thinner, don't they? Yeah? Oh, on the gravel, get off. there's a hill we're going to go up in a minute. There's a funny story about that hill. When me and my cousin were young, probably only about 12, 13 years old, we pedalled up here on push bikes, and he had good brakes on his push bike and I didn't have good brakes on mine, so I asked him if I can use his bike. This is the hill here, coming down this hill here. So I come flying down this hill, and at the very bottom I pulled the brakes up and it locked the back wheel up, and unbeknown to me that his back tyre was a bit on the smooth side, so I started skidding down the hill, and next minute there was an almighty bang where I'd worn right through the tyre, right through the inner tube. I know it was this hill here actually, right through the inner tube, and burst it. Drive carefully past this doggy. So you had to push it back from here to Stevenage. A long way that is. I got on my bike and rode home. Anyway, another dog walker up here. Normally get horses up here and traded them in for dogs. There's a place here called Glastonbury Manor. It says there, look, you used to be able to drive through there and then come out further over at the other side where I stopped. Well, actually I stopped the other day to check my clutch, but yeah, you can't drive through anymore, and this place is supposed to be really haunted as well. And there's another story that on my push bike one night, it was in the winter, around about the winter, on a push bike, I would come up, pedalled from Stevenage up Aston Lane in the dark, and you know you've only got these little battery operated lights on your bike, and as I was pedalling past that Glastonbury Manor there, well spooky I tell you, and my chain come off right next to that manor, and as my chain come off, there was a load of cows in this field that you couldn't see them because it was pitch black, and all of a sudden they all started mooing all at the same time. And fuck me, did I run with my bike through here and up back into Aston. I can shit the life out of me. Hey, you can walk through it by looking at it, there's public footpath through it, but you can't ride through it, drive through it. Shame, because I could have showed you the manor. There's a place up here as well. I'll show you what happened one night. It was a really windy night, and I was on my Mulligatti moped with my mate Andy, and he had a Suzuki GT250, and he's the one that sold me the moped. So he says to me at the bottom of Aston Lane, he said to me, swap bikes over, because he wanted to ride his old moped again. And well, it's not there anymore, but just there where that little lay-by bit is there, a massive tree had got blown down and went right across the road. So that it was a huge tree. It had gone, the whole thing had gone right across the road. And see that bend there? I mean, you can't see what's coming. Or if he's coming that way, you can't see what's around the corner. So he come flying around this bend here, and he smashed into the tree. He tried to, he saw it at the last minute, and he put the bike down and slid into the tree underneath the tree, and he got his leg, he knocked himself out, clean out cold he was, and while he was laying there I pulled up behind him and got off and tried to help, tried to pull him out, but I couldn't get him out. And so I run a little way into the village there, and the first bunch of houses I was screaming and shouting outside for help until people started coming out. Then they come over and I don't know who the bloke was, but he managed to pull Andy out from underneath the tree. And what had happened while Andy was pinned under the tree, his leg was pinned against the downpipe, one of the header pipes on the exhaust. Well, it's only got one. It was pinned against that because it was like high level pipes on the little Malagate. And while he was out cold there, the heat of the exhaust was melting through his leg, so he had to have loads of skin grafts in the end, break his collarbone and burn his leg up bad. Yeah, so it was a pretty scary night for us really. We ended up down the hospital and got back on the early hours of the morning. Mum asking me where the effing hell I'd been and all that kind of stuff. I had to explain to her what had happened. Yeah, so be aware on windy nights, eh? Right, anyway, let's go do that's about it for this video really. Thanks for watching. I'm going to do a little I'll tell you what, I'm going to end off with a slideshow of this bike and put some of my music that me and my mates do on a Thursday night, one of our songs that we've done on Thursday night. See if you like it or not. If you don't want to listen to the music, you can switch off now. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll catch you later.
Deco was bad and the beverage flat, but the band we saw were playing really cool. And we said they can play, really play, I bet they'll make it big someday. They call themselves the Final Signs. We can say, we see them play, we know they make it big someday. And we know all the vital signs. Da 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 da, da 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 da, ba 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 ba, da 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 da. Walking through my mind to see what I could find, and I listened to my wireless radio. The reception was bad, but I could make out the band I heard all those years ago.